Alright guys, it's time to talk about the Arrow Video box set that everybody's all over, and I'm reviewing this box set at a good time because it's now 50% off. So if you want this box set, that is the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 4K box set from Arrow Video. This is, by the way, I gotta just say, this is a crazy time for me to have this because I bought these on DVD, I bought these movies on Blu-ray, and I bought them on 4K. You know, I'm not as old as some of you collectors, so a lot of movies aren't movies that I went from like DVD, Blu-ray, 4K. A lot of my movies I had were either, hey, I had the Blu-ray, or I just didn't have that movie, so when the 4K gets announced, I'm like, sweet, I meant to grab that, and now I can just grab it. So, you know, there's definitely moments where I double dip and upgrade movies, but a lot of the times I'm not upgrading movies because a lot of times I just don't have stuff. Just because of the nature of how long I've been collecting compared to some of you. This is one of those times where I've loved these movies for so long, and that's the way it's been. Let's start with the box set here. You get the slip cover, and then you get Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles Trilogy, and then the Mutagen. I'm not really a fan of this cover because this is the first movie poster. It's a good poster, but I feel like it doesn't properly represent the other movies. I feel like it needs some original Arrow Video artwork to do it, but whatever. I love this booklet because it's the Roy's Pizza restaurant, stuff. You got so much stuff in this booklet. Let's read these contents here. So I don't have to flip through it. Cast and Crew, 1990, Ninja Turtles. Then you have the Cast and Crew Secret of the Ooze, Cast and Crew of Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3, and then Turtle Recall, Faithful Comic Book Adaptation, Hensei, and Censor, about the presentation, special thanks to you. So, lots of cool stuff in this booklet. And then you get the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles on 4K, which you got 4 turtle stickers here. You got Donatello, Leonardo, Raphael, Michelangelo. You get these trading cards. Here's Leonardo, Donatello, Raphael, and Mikey, and Mikey. Oh, I dropped it. But yeah, the point. There's stickers and cards. I think these cards are cool, but it is kind of like they are loose in there, and so they're always going to be banging around in there. I don't know if I like that, but it's fine. It's cool. I might actually use the stickers for something one day. I'm not certain. And then you get this pizza card here for second one. Splinter and Shredder on the card there. You get the poster for the second one. I actually need to find a place for it because, man, I love this poster. I know this artwork, this is the new Arrow Video artwork, but this poster is just great. Iconic. Love that artwork, so I might actually find a place for that. There's that. And then you get Turtles 3. Casey Jones and April. It's kind of annoying it's the April. Well, I guess they did put both Aprils, so that's pretty sweet. Because if you know these movies, April was played by 2 different actresses. I think it was the second one where they recast her, or maybe it was the third one. I can't remember exactly. I just rewatched these movies and I kind of still forget, but it doesn't really matter. There's the Turtles 3 poster. And then that. Yeah, this poster is fine. It's not as good as the Secret of Ooze one. So, that's everything included with this set. I am not going to go over special features because this shit is loaded. So, pause that if you're interested. Now, this set is 50% off right now in the Arrow Video Barnes & Noble / Amazon sale because Amazon price matches. And it's going for $50. $50 for 3 movies is on 4K in a box set with all this stuff. That's incredible. Because, you know, these hard box cases just for one Arrow Video title are usually about $40 to $50. So, take your poison there. Let's start with Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 1. I love this movie. In fact, I saw this movie last year twice. I had a theater in January last year. It was showing in theaters. And I watched that in the theater with the crowd of people who loved it. Then I watched it later that year in a sold-out theater for its anniversary as a Fathom event. And everybody was eating that shit up. Everybody loved that movie, including me. I actually took a picture with the guy who was in his turtle costume. I was in my turtle costume. That is the impact of this movie, because I was not born in the 90s. And yet all of us people are still loving this movie years later. It is not the 90s anymore, of course, you know. But we all still love this movie as turtle fans. It's still just that fun of a movie. I think the Jim Henson, you know, effects can look a little dated now, but they still look pretty damn amazing at the same time. The score to this movie is really awesome. I don't think that gets talked about enough. And it's just a really fun movie that balances the tone of the comics and the cartoons. Because if you know the comics are nothing like the cartoons. Now the comics and some of the cartoons, I feel like, have blended the tones of those things a little bit better. But the movie was the first time that had really happened when this came out. So it's a great movie. And the 4K remaster looks amazing because, like I said, I've upgraded this from DVD to Blu-ray to 4K. And the 4K scan here was shown in theaters. So, and this one is actually getting a Fathom event re-release. Secret of the Ooze is not as good as a movie, I think. Though I think rewatching, I was like, man, this movie still is a lot of fun. I've always this is the one when I was a kid, I was just bored by it. I never really cared to watch. I got to watch the first hour to it. But I don't know. There's still some shit in it that's really bad. Like the turtles can't really use any weapons because a lot of parents complain that first one was a little too violent. But they find ways around that that's fun. Some of it gets a little cheesy. And then you got the fact that they didn't use Toka. They had Toka and Razar in this movie because they couldn't get the rights to say Bebop. Because, like, those were characters of the cartoon, so they were different rights holder issues. And yeah, it just did not. So they made their own fake versions, and they're really lame. Them screaming "Mommy" or "Daddy" or whatever. It's just like, yeah, I'm not into this. So Vanilla Ice song is cool, of course. In fact, Vanilla Ice is actually a huge Ninja Turtles fan in real life and has tattoos of the turtles on his body in real life. So, fun fact. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles 3. This is the one I waited to watch because it's just like this is a movie that, unless I have to, I'm not really itching to go back to. I will say, every time I watch this movie, though, I do think this movie gets overhated. I mean, don't get me wrong, it's the worst of the 3, and it's not a great movie. But, like, there's parts of this movie that I think actually work. The effects aren't as good. There's definitely a noticeable dip now that the Jim Henson Company wasn't doing the suits. And it was definitely the writing on the wall that this stuff was just done after 2. But, I don't know. I still thought this was a fun. So, I don't know. I think if you are a Turtles fan, you gotta get this box set. It is a great box set. These 4Ks look great. The special features are loaded. And they're just great stuff. And actually, they have some of the actresses who played April O'Neil talking about, you know, getting fired and the disappointment and things like that in the franchise. So there's some cool stuff there. Some great stuff. There's a lot of special features on this that are just amazing. And I'm going to dive into them eventually, but I haven't done that yet. I just want to dive into the movies so I can get this review out for you guys. What an amazing box set. If you love Arrow Video stuff, pick this baby up. It is fantastic.